Hi everyone, welcome to my cozy corner of the internet. In today's video, I want to read My Besties 5-star books. I already have the first book I'll be reading, which my friend actually recommended for our book club this month because it's one of her favorite books. So that's great because I won't have to go and pick something and get overwhelmed. So the first book we'll be reading is Uprooted by Naomi Novik, which is a 5-star for my friend Cassandra. I'll start reading it and I'll update you as we go along. Okay, the beginning of the book really reminds me of the Hunger Games, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this. And that's great because the Hunger Games is one of my favorite things ever written. So the book starts with a reaping ceremony. Choosing, like, a dragon comes and chooses one of the girls every 10 years. Another update. I'm curious, like, why is she so clumsy? Does it have something to do with her skills? Like, because it's been mentioned like 20 times. Starting to get annoying. It's starting to feel like, oh my god, I'm so quirky and clumsy. Like, it's been mentioned 20 times. By the way, I'm loving the book, but why is she so clumsy and why is it told to us that many times? I don't care if she's like always has mud on her dress, unless that has something to do with the book. And I think it has something to do with the book because otherwise it's kind of weird. Okay, I'm at 32% and I must say I'm loving this book way more than I thought I would. It's been such a long time since I've been this drawn into a fantasy world. The way the magic works is amazing, and the way the magic is described is even more amazing. I can literally feel the magic through the pages, and I have no idea what's gonna happen in the book. Like, I can't even guess what's gonna happen on the next page, which is so refreshing. After all the books I read that you can guess the ending from the first page, this is very refreshing. Hello, I'm done with Uprooted and I even went to our book club meeting. I just didn't have the time to sit down and film a video, but in the end I gave this book a 3 out of 5, which is not that good, and I feel bad. So Cassandra, please don't be mad. I mean, she already knows my rating. Our book club discussion was really fun, and actually my biggest problem with the book was, there's a badass moment. I don't know how to say it without spoiling things, but let's just say there's a badass moment, and the first time it happens, it's so cool, and I'm like, yes, go girl, and it's just so cool. But then it happens again, and it's not that cool anymore, but the book expects us to have the same reaction to it. But I don't know, I personally just I'm not impressed if it happens again and again and again. It's just impressive the first time. And I remember while I was reading the book, I said something like, I can't predict what's gonna happen even in the next page. Well, that completely changed after like the 40% mark, and it just kept repeating itself. The plot kept repeating itself. So they went to the forest. Well, that's gonna be a spoiler again. So I just don't know how to review it without spoiling it, because my problem with the book is not how it was written or anything. It's just the plot, the way the plot was structured. But it was still a good read, and if I were to rate only the first 40%, then it would be actually 4.5 stars. It was really good at the beginning. And actually, in the book club meeting, another friend who read the book for the first time completely agreed with my thoughts. So I'm glad I wasn't the only one who was thinking this, because sometimes I feel like I'm way too critical of books. Like, they're just books. There are people who are like, it's just a book. Don't look for logic. Just read it and have fun. But I can't. I can't be like that. I want to be like that, but I just can't. So that was Uprooted. There's another book by Naomi Novik called Spinning Silver, and the cover looks really similar to this one, but I don't think they're connected. Hmm. But I want to read that one as well. I liked Naomi Novik's writing, especially the way she describes magic. It was literally the best description of magic I've probably ever seen in a fantasy book, so I definitely want to read more of Naomi Novik in the future. But for this video, the second book I want to read is Lonely Castle in the Mirror. So this is a book that has been on my TBR for the past few years, but I was just stalking my friend's Goodreads account and I saw my bestie Gabrielle has read this book and rated it 5 stars, and I thought it's just the perfect opportunity to finally read this book. So I'll be hitting two birds with one stone. And I trust Gabrielle's book taste so much. I trust her taste in everything, basically, and in books as well. So we'll see. I think it's Japanese literature, and I love Japanese literature so much. So I'm so excited to get into this book. I feel like I'm saying this for every book, but like I wouldn't be reading it if I wasn't so excited. So I swear, I'm so excited. And I don't have Lonely Castle in the Mirror on my Kindle yet because I didn't actually decide if I want to get a physical copy or just read the Kindle version. The cover looks so good, and I think I want to add it to my physical book collection. But also, my bookshelf is starting to get full, and it's already a tiny bookshelf, and I decided I don't want to get way too many books, at least for now. I'll probably get it on my Kindle, read a bit, and if I really, really, really love it, I might get it as a physical copy. We'll see. And of course, as always, I'll update you as I read it. I started the book 30% in, and I think this is the shortest book I read on the Kindle lately. It's around 300 pages, so I'm really enjoying the experience of reading for a small amount of time but getting through a big chunk of the book, because usually when I read on the Kindle I do so because the books are thick and hard to read physically, and I feel like the percentage is never going up. So this book makes me feel good on that aspect already. I'll be reading for like 2 hours and oh my god, I'm done with 20%. No, that's not a lot, but it's huge for me as a slow reader. Now, about the book itself, I have to say I'm very neutral towards it so far. I think I didn't highlight any quotes, which is wild for me since usually my hands hurt from highlighting quotes. I think the writing isn't speaking to me particularly. It just feels very straightforward, like it's here to tell a story, it has a point to get across, and it's doing exactly just that and nothing more. Maybe it has something to do with the translation, but I don't think so. It's probably how the author intended it to be. And personally, I prefer more lyrical writings. Anyway, today I'm planning to stay in bed all day or maybe move to the couch if I feel fancy. So I can read to my heart's content and I'll update you. Okay, I'm 65% into Lonely Castle in the Mirror and I'm not enjoying the book that much, and I feel so guilty about it because I just realized not one but two of my friends rated this a 5-star. I just feel like this is written more like a movie script rather than a book. I've seen this kind of writing style in a few Japanese books, like, you know, in anime there are those sad flashback scenes with echoing voiceovers. I think they try to achieve the same thing in the book with their writing styles, but I just feel like it doesn't translate well in a book. Characters keep having flashbacks to previous scenes, and I can imagine the whole scene in my head with the touching background music and everything, but I don't want to watch an anime. I want to read a book, you know? So yeah, I'm kind of losing interest. I'm trying to motivate myself by saying things like, I'll watch the movie afterwards, I'll get cozy, I'll take some nice snacks, and it will be nice. But I guess for now, oh my god. I guess for now, I'll try to. I think I'll watch the movie trailer and maybe it will help me connect to the story and the characters more. Yeah, I'll go do that and I'll keep reading. Okay, I'm done with the book. I also watched the movie, and shockingly, I really disliked the movie. I'll get to why in a bit, but first let's talk a bit about the book. So, as someone who loves magical realism, Japanese literature, and Ghibli vibes, I really expected to love this book. But well, for the reasons I talked about earlier, I just didn't enjoy it much. But of course, it's not all negative. I think having a book like this is so important for everyone who's experiencing bullying, or even for those who do the bullying. And I think for adults as well, the adults in this book were actually mature and grown up, which is not something we see in many books for some reason. But the adults in this book were amazing, so I think they're a nice example. I've also never read a book about bullying or school anxiety before, so it was really refreshing on that aspect. And I think I would rate Lonely Castle in the Mirror a 3 out of 5. And now I want to talk a bit about the movie. At one point, all that kept me reading was the excitement of finishing the book and directly watching the movie adaptation afterwards. Since I really enjoy doing this, if a book has an adaptation, I'll just directly watch it so I can better compare all the details in the book versus in the movie. Not to criticize it, but I just really enjoy seeing what they did different. And I was convinced that this plot would be amazing in a movie format, so imagine my shock when the book turned out to be better. I'm honestly really confused how they managed to make a book with a great concept so bad. I think this plot had the potential to be a masterpiece like Your Name or A Silent Voice. Only the final few scenes were good, and I mean, even some of them were literally butchered by really weird music choices, and many important details or scenes from the book were skipped over in the movie, which I can understand. But why do we watch 2 minutes of our main character Kokoro running up the stairs when it adds nothing to the plot? I mean, I can understand if it adds anything, but no. And many other nonsense scenes as well. They just took out important scenes from the book and replaced them with scenes that add nothing to the movie. I feel like there were many scenes that didn't serve any purpose. I also didn't like the animations that much, and I think when I'm watching an anime movie, the most important thing is one, the animations, obviously, and two, the music choice, and three, the voice acting, probably. And I have to say, the voice acting was actually super good. It was really different from what we're used to hearing in anime. I think the characters here had like realistic voices, which I really liked, especially Fuka's voice. I really enjoyed her voice. It was so cute. So yeah, in short, I'm really disappointed in the movie. I would still recommend you to watch it, but I guess don't get your hopes up too much like I did. I was planning to read one more novel, but after two 3-star books back to back, I think I need a small break, so I'm gonna go easy on myself and read something I know literally all my friends love and rate 5 stars. It's a graphic novel, and I think you already know what I'm talking about. I'm going to read 𝙚.stopper next. So I'm on volume 3 right now, and I don't have the physical edition, but I think all the chapters are available online for free, so I'm just going to read on my iPad, and I'm so excited. It's been a few months since I read chapter volume 2, so I'm really curious what my babies are doing. Here we have all the chapters, which is so amazing that she leaves them all up online even after she releases physical editions for them. I respect her so much for that. They're in Paris. Welcome to Paris, my babies. Are you two coming, or you're being gay? Good job. Carry on. Will we ever kiss without someone walking in? Aww. Ah, they're going to Montmartre. Okay, Yang, this afternoon you're going to be exploring Montmartre by yourself for a couple of hours. Ah, that's so funny. There are lots of shops and places to visit, like the Sacré-Cœur Church and the Musée de Montmartre. It's a museum for all the students on this trip who don't even take French. Oh no, there's a trigger warning. Something sad gonna happen. Oh, oh. Okay, I understand why there's a trigger warning. Ah, he's speaking French. Wow, he's really kind. The ice cream guy. What? His dad is French? But wait, how does he know he's English if his accent is that good? How did he guess that he's English? Nick's dad is French? Since when? Since his birth? Oh, this is so cute. I love this. Love it, I love it. Let's read some comments. So funny. Okay, I read on the internet that volume 3 covers chapter 4 of the webtoon, so I guess I'm done with volume 3 of 𝙚stopper. It was sad. I'm worried about Charlie, and I feel like volume 4 is going to be sad and heavy. So this was obviously a 5-star. There is no doubt about it. I think I could rate it even without reading the actual thing. I just know Elise Osman is not gonna do anything less than a 5-star. So in the end, we read two 3-star books and a 5-star book, which I think is not too bad. And honestly, doing this made me understand my friend's book taste more, because while I was reading those books, I tried to understand what aspects of the book they must have liked and why the book spoke to them and not to me. So yeah, this was fun, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. and I'll see you in another corner of the internet. Bye bye!